Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we take DIY to a different level than we've done before. We are blowing cellulose insulation above the garage to make it a cooled workspace. Never done it before. I'm a complete rookie. Here's my experience. Let's go. So directly in front of me is my old shop, and it's now time to insulate it. Why I didn't insulate it when I was there, I don't know. But it's gonna become a space for my wife and what she does. So it's time to do so. Behind me is one of the better investments I've made in a long time. This is a cargo trailer. It's only a 6x12, but having this has been quite incredible. As you see, I've got some stuff in there. I actually had to buy a new dryer. And I've got a ton of cellulose insulation, and I've rented a blower that's gonna blow it up into the attic. So I'm gonna go through this process as a beginner. I've never done this, and I'm gonna take you along for the ride, and hopefully we learn along the way. So let's get unloading. These are two single door garage door insulation kits, and yeah, I picked up two of them. So of course we gotta insulate the door as well. Okay, so we've got a pod here going through a small home renovation as well. But yeah, now it's time to get the machine and the 100-foot hose. Let me give you a look inside this thing. So, looks like there's a bunch of corrugated teeth. I'm gonna try to get you in here and really show you. And evidently that thing spins around. You're not allowed to put clumps bigger than this void right there. Should be a fun process. Here we go. Turns out the 100-foot hose is two 50-foot hoses, and they have to be joined together. So, I need bacon. You heard right, bacon. It's not bacon tape, it's duct tape that looks like wood grain, which is fitting. And with the bacon tape joining the two pieces, all you need down here at the base of the machine is a compression fit. Now it's time to get up in the attic and get this done. Oh, there's still some cellulose in the hose. And you can see here, there is zero insulation above this space. Alarmingly, this space was a 3-car garage, and one of those car bays was turned into a bedroom. That space as well didn't have any insulation on the top. The previous owners did not do it. So glad we're getting it done. So a huge shout out to my wife who helped me with this. Thank you so much. This is definitely a 2-person job, and glad to see you back on the channel. It's been about 4 years, but hey, thanks, baby. All right, here goes nothing. Woohoo! So before I tell you all of my experience in learning what I learned, listen to this. My wife almost drops a huge piece of insulation. Gotta love it. So let me give you my experience using this machine. It worked well. This thing was a dream to work with. I thought it was gonna be more intimidating than it was, and it wasn't. It worked just as advertised. It shot the cellulose around 6 to 8 feet out with an even stream. It never bogged down, it never clogged. Partially probably because of how my wife was loading it. She did a fantastic job too. I will say this, to the left of me is a room that is a bedroom now that was part of the garage in years past. The previous owners did that renovation, but they did not insulate the ceiling of that bedroom. So I'm doing that now, and I'm really glad I'm getting this done for sure, no doubt. Also, cellulose is one of those R values that gets greater as you layer it up, right? Same with fiberglass. A lot of these blown-in insulations are that way. We're gonna try to aim for 10 to 12 inches of cellulose, which gives me an R value of around 30 to 35, maybe a little bit more. And that seems to be what we're looking for in terms of the air conditioner we're gonna install in this space as well. And as you see, the machine, when it's done pumping out all the insulation, you can use it as a blower to help clean off your surfaces and level all the insulation out. So in closing, this experience actually worked really well, and I really recommend you do it for yourself. Okay. Oh, all finished. I guess I'm gonna do it from the neck first. Of course, trying to film and do this, I need a little help. Can I get a little help, honey? Just undo the plastic piece. There you go. The two pieces go in. Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. You're welcome. Ah. Nice to get that done for sure. So of course I'm gonna give you some before and after shots. Here is a pan of the before. Bunch of drywall, no insulation, and then the after. Looks fantastic. Fairly thick levels of insulation in here. The R value now, like I said, is about around the 30 or 35, which is gonna be more than adequate enough for us in the space below. I tell you, I went down there within about 30 minutes and noticed about a 10-degree difference in the space almost immediately. And if you've been wanting to do this to your garage and your attic space, I definitely want you guys to go pull the trigger and do it. It's not as intimidating as you might think. And as you see here, it looks fantastic too, and the results are better. Now, I'm gonna save the garage door installation video for next week. So stick around, subscribe, check it out next week. And also, return tools better than you find them. I think that's a great rule of thumb to live by. And let me give you my final thoughts. Hey guys, so let me tell you something I learned during this whole process. I learned that these DIY projects where you seemingly have to rent tools that are kind of outside your wheelhouse are more intimidating in the early stages. Once you get going and once you start doing it, it really isn't all that bad. It's actually pretty easy, believe it or not. And this has happened to me in the past where I've built a large deck outside of a patio with composite decking. That was kind of daunting 10 years ago, of course. But you know what? The process is pretty simple. You just gotta follow the steps, do one foot in front of the next, and by the time you're finished, you have a result where you think, you know, I didn't do too bad. So that was this process, and I learned a whole bunch. And of course, I want to thank my wife. She, man, couldn't have done it without her. The fact that she was able to hook me up and stand there and load this machine, I didn't a single time, and I'm really proud of her, I didn't a single time have a gap where I didn't have cellulose coming out of there for about an hour straight. Seriously, she did great. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thank you for joining me. My name's Chris. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope this has inspired you to get out there and do this project for yourself. I know a lot of us here in the US of A, we have garage spaces, and for whatever reason, when they build homes, they don't insulate them. Maybe that's because they want to get other trades involved later on. Haha, who knows? All right, thanks again. I'll see you next time. Bye.